I don't know. Okay, we are recording. Cool. I don't want that. So I don't really have like a lot planned out to talk about tonight. Just like a few things I wanted to go over. And with whatever time that we have, like if you guys, I really want you guys to talk about like what you've been doing, what's been working for you. Um, of course, ask questions, that type of stuff. I am going to go ahead and mute everyone just to.
I can't hear you.
Did I mute myself? Can you hear me now?
Yeah, you definitely muted yourself.
Wow, I'm professional. Okay. Hold on. Okay. But now I'm going to mute you back, Sam. Thank you. Oh, this is great. Okay. But what I said while I was muted there, um, like I said, just going to touch on some basic things here. And then I kind of want to ask you guys, like Sam and Lainey, I know that you've been in that like chat group with us talking about how you've been talking to people. So I kind of want to get insight from like what you've been doing, what's working for you. Hannah, with you being brand new, I see you on Instagram every day. So you're showing up for that. So maybe get some insight of how that's going for you. Cassie just recently started like 80-day obsession again. So I just kind of want to get feedback from everybody on what you're doing, how you're feeling, that type of stuff. So, and then if you do have questions and like if you're afraid you're going to forget it, type it in the chat box here or write it down or whatever. And we'll get to those at the end. But first off, raise your hand if you listened to this week's National Wake Up Call already. Yeah, 2 of you. Holy shit balls. I listened to it today. And the first like jaw-dropping moment for me is she's only 22 years old and she is doing this full time. 22. Like I started coaching when I was 20 and I'm like, what the hell? Like that could have been me. But, no sense in like what if. I am where I am. I'm 24 now, okay? So the fact that she started when she was a senior in college, and working a part-time job at the time, she was having to commute an hour and a half because she was living with her girlfriend. Her parents had completely cut her off financially because of her sexual orientation. Like that's shitty. And so she went through all of these things, found coaching, and like is doing coaching full time now that she's graduated from school, with a degree that she's not using, all within a year, one friggin' year. Like that just blows my mind. But it's those stories that I hear that empower me to think, why not me? Like I know a lot of people can often hear stories like that and think, oh well, good for her. But I hope that you guys have the same mentality as I do. Like if she can do it, why not me? And it's just a matter of showing up every day. That's really what it is. And I'm not going to like go into depth about what she talked about because obviously you can just go listen to the National Wake Up Call yourself. So I really, really encourage you to do that. And if you're ever struggling, like if that National Wake Up Call resonated with you, go back and re-listen to it again because I know that it lit a huge fire in me. And like I'm going to keep that kind of in my library of things to listen to again if I'm ever having an off day or whatever. And so to kind of add on to that energy, that momentum that I, gained from that, since the start of Transform 20 last week, I don't know about you guys, but I feel like things are really finally clicking and falling into place for me, literally with just in, 8 days now, 9 days. Today's day 9 of Transform 20. And not just to say that like it's just Transform 20 that's done it for me. I mean, that is part of it. I really resonate with Shaun T a lot. He is a big motivator for me, the way that he speaks and the way that Transform 20 is designed to be more than just a workout. You know, it's not him just saying, do your push-ups, get lower in your squats. Like if you're doing the program, you know what I'm talking about. So anyway, just really like owning this program, and, you know, diving into the coach test group that you get to be a part of if you sign up for Transform 20, and just taking advantage of all of the tools and the resources and the knowledge in there has helped me a ton. And doing my daily vitals, guys, the momentum for me has literally built within 9 days. And prior to, I mean, January, really, I was in a really bad rut. I struggled to hit Success Club 5. Like I was just kind of going through the motions with my workout. Like, yeah, I was getting it done. Yeah, I was posting on Instagram, but I didn't feel like I was flowing. And then when I was inviting people, it wasn't flowing. And so, you know, understand that you are going to go through periods or go through seasons where you feel that way, and that's normal. That's okay. I don't want you to think that that makes you a bad coach or that it makes you a failure or anything of that nature. But if you are feeling that way, I hope that you understand that all it takes is either committing or recommitting to yourself. And over the past, I mean, really probably 6 months, as I was kind of trying to get back into my bikini prep mentality and lifestyle, I haven't really, kind of on a side note here, haven't talked about this publicly. I guess now's the best time to tell you guys, I'm not going to compete this year. After 2 weeks of doing bikini prep, I was already having major anxiety about this summer. You guys know that, you know, a big part of me is traveling with my dad's band. I live for that. And not just like the drinking that I do when I'm with the band, but the travel and the experiences and going to concerts and working concerts, and committing to bikini prep would have hindered that so much. And I mean, as sad as it can sound, like, I don't know how much longer the band is going to be around. Like, you know, the guys are getting older. And at 24 years old right now, I want to live my life. Not to say that I don't enjoy bodybuilding, but I was thinking about it, and I was like, do I really want to do this right now? Is this serving me in the season of life that I am in right now? And immediately my answer was no. And as soon as I decided to quit bikini prep, I immediately like just felt total relief. So with that being said, there's a point with me telling that story, with getting out of bikini prep and just saying, no, I'm doing Transform 20. Like, I'm not going to be working out for 2 hours at the gym. I'm only going to do these 20-minute workouts. Committing to that fully is where a lot of this energy and this momentum has stemmed from, without a doubt. You know, I obviously, when I did bikini prep before, like, I was still sharing a health and fitness lifestyle, but it wasn't completely a Beachbody program. And so I think there was you know, not that I was being fake or anything, but it just wasn't, I wasn't 110% fully invested in what I was sharing and inviting other people to do. And so I think that has been the biggest game changer for me within these past 9 days. Like, I am living, breathing, every single minute of every single day, Beachbody, and it has helped so much in the response that I'm getting back in my invites, and the people that are coming to me. Like, I'm not even having to reach out to some people. The response that I'm getting when I'm inviting to coaching, like, it has blown my mind just in the past 2 days. And I want you guys to experience that too. And I want you to know that, like, whether you are a brand new coach or if you are someone who has been kind of dabbling in coaching, you've been off and on, whatever, wherever you are right now, if tomorrow you wake up and you decide to go 100% with a program to share your journey as vulnerable as possible, that can be the game changer for you. I will add in, if you go into the Beachbody Champions page, there's, you know, you can always like search within the group, type in the name Emily Fauver. Her last name is spelled Fauver. She did a training video, and they're talking about I wish I could remember exactly what the title is, but in the video, let me just try and search it right now. But she um, got asked to be in the 80-day obsession test group back well, it's been over a year ago since the test group. Um, and she I don't think she was a full-time coach before she got in the test group, and literally within the 80 days full-time coaching, and now she's in the top 10 like in less than a year. And she talked about how it was literally just going all in and sharing every single day her journey with that. Yeah, if you type in her name, she's actually got 2 good trainings. One of them, like she titled it, Whether You Think You Can or Can't, You're Right. How I Went from Being a Diamond Coach to having 20 diamonds. And then How I Tripled My Success Club points with This Simple Mindset Change. So anyway, if you guys want to check those out. But like this kind of leads me to the topic of becoming obsessed with something. I think oftentimes in our society, whether health and fitness or just other things in general, people look at the word obsessed as a bad thing. Okay. Sure, things like addiction are bad, but obsession can be different. And they even talked about this when 80-day obsession came out. People are like, why is it called obsession? Like, that's going to turn some people off. You're right. If people aren't in the right mindset to want to go all in to change themselves physically, mentally, emotionally, what have you, like they're not going to like the term obsessed. But if you look at it in a positive way, like I am committed to doing the best that I can do, to being the best that I can be. And granted, that doesn't mean that you're perfect. Don't think that when I'm saying you go all in with a program, you have to like follow it 100% and not, eat a cookie and not miss a workout. I don't mean that, okay? But getting obsessed with your journey, with becoming your best self, is honestly the best thing you can do for yourself. And I was listening to, I can't remember if it was a National Wake Up Call or just like a YouTube something. But with this business, whether you are, you're a coach, you're emerald, you're diamond, you're 15-star diamond, whatever you are, you need to be obsessed. If you are serious about doing this full time. Granted, not everybody is, so that's okay. But if you have the vision of doing this full time, and I know that, you guys, my PS coaches, you've told me this when I've asked your goals before, like I want to be diamond, I dream of doing this full time. If that is truly on your heart, you need to become obsessed with this. And not so much in the sense that like you spend every waking moment on coaching, because you guys have other things that you have to deal with. So do I. But when you're in your workout, you're in your workout. You get your meal prep done. When you are, checking in with your challengers, you are 100% focused to them. When you are doing your daily vitals, you are focused on that, and you are obsessed with doing everything in your power to get that shit done. Okay? Set business hours for yourself and be obsessed about taking that time seriously and about getting the most out of it. So I hope that you guys understand where I'm coming from when I talk about being obsessed. You are more than Beachbody. You are more than just a coach, and you are more than just a program. But I know that we've all seen the success stories of the people that have come from nothing to being full-time coaches, to the people that have lost over 100 pounds, yada, yada. I really, truly believe that stems from becoming obsessed with, not only that end goal, but becoming obsessed with the process, with the day-to-day ups and downs and the struggles and the obstacles, and just knowing that as long as you show up and give your 100%, that the results will happen, that the change will happen, that the success you want to see will happen. That's what's been on my heart like all day. Today, yesterday, like things are just on a roll right now. And that's not to say that, shit's not going to happen and it's going to like try and throw me off. I know that it will. It has in the past. But I'm going to continue to just keep doing what I'm doing. You guys are doing great. I want you to understand that. I watch your Instagrams every single day. Because I'm sitting there scrolling Insta stories. Like I waste time too. I need to work on that. Like you guys are doing great things too. I hope that you understand that. So listen to that national wake up call from this week if you haven't already. And one thing that I just might suggest that you start implementing into your daily routine if you don't already, I do this in the morning because I do my workout very first thing, like wake up, energize, go. I sit down and I have a journal. It can be a notebook, whatever. And I literally just write out. I guess I could give you guys kind of a template on this so I don't have to like give you a ton of information right now, but I write down like my main why, like why am I doing this? And just put the shit out into the universe and be vulnerable with you guys. My why that I'm writing down every single day right now is to be the best future girlfriend / wife that I can be. When I just think about, my future, that is just what, I think will fulfill me a lot. I'm not going to, I don't open up about this shit very easily, so bear with me here, but that's just my why right now. I don't know. But anyway, I write that down, and I write down like my mission, and my mission statement for myself is I want to empower other women to live confidently, to live as confidently as I do. Because I think back to who I was before, there's no way in hell I could have pictured myself like this. And I know that if I got here, I can help other women get here. And so that's my mission. And that's what drives me, when I'm inviting, when I'm posting. And then I write down my main goal, like a focused goal. For 2019, it's to be 5-star elite qualifying. Okay. And then I'll write down like a few, like more specific goals. Like, okay, for January, I want to hit Success Club 10. I want to make this much money. I want to sign this many coaches. And that just really not only helps, manifest what you're trying to accomplish, but it gives you that daily reminder of why you are doing this. And when I first started that type of journaling, it felt very unnatural. I was like, why am I writing this down? This is stupid. And I also really limited my goals to things that felt more achievable. When that 5-star status first popped into my head, I was like, oh my God, I can't do that. But like, why not write it down? Even if I don't quite reach it, I know that having it in the back of my mind is going to push me harder than if I were to say, oh, I just want to be 2-star. Then I wouldn't push as hard because the goal would feel more easily attainable. So if you guys want more insight on what I exactly do in my journaling, maybe I'll just share it in the team page so you can see. But it's actually, if you go into the team recordings, the team call recordings in our team page, the one from Brittany Stang that she did back in December, she actually walked through it because she is in a coaching academy with Josh Coates, and that's what he has his clients do. So anyway, that was that. That is all I have in terms of like my motivation I was going to give you guys. Do you guys have anything that you want to touch on, add to that at all? If so, raise your hand and I'll like unmute you or whatever. No, that's cool. All right. Now, Team Cup. I talked about this in like the group chat for those of you that have been in there. I need to just post about it on the team page so everybody can see it if you haven't already. But Team Cup, in a nutshell, it goes on through the entire month of February. Just consider it like friendly competition within the business, okay? It doesn't cost anything to sign up for Team Cup. It doesn't like add anything else to your business. It's literally just like, hey, we're running this friendly competition. If you hit this certain level of Success Club, blah, 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 you're going to get these prizes. It's really just a way to be like, hey, we're offering these incentives throughout the month of February. If you push harder, than you pushed before, go for it. And I think it just helps us because you sign up as a team, you have 5 people on a team, and like you don't have to be on the same like Freedom Squad team. Like you guys could sign up with somebody that you don't even know, like from California. You know what I mean? It's just anybody throughout Beachbody creates a team of 5, and it's just a good way to kind of learn how to work together as a team, because that's something that I'm trying to work on myself. But anyway, I'll post about that in the team page. Make sure you educate yourself on it. There's more than 5 of us that are like here that are wanting to do it, so we might have to pair up with some other girls from our upline. Like I'll talk to my coach Erin and see if she has signed up yet or not. But start building your momentum for that right now. Be doing your daily vitals. That's really all there is to it. And if you're like, say you're doing 5 invites a day right now, start doing 10. Sending the invites now will help you in February and even in the months later on, because a lot of people tell me no right off the bat, or they ignore me right off the bat. So doing the invites now can help you lead to some, connections, some signups in the month of February. So anywho, we will make sure we get that squared away before February. Okay. I'm going to unmute everybody. Jeez, what am I doing? Cassie, I can't unmute you. Do it yourself. There we go. Okay. Should I pick on somebody? Lainey, what have you been doing with your business lately? Like, what's working? What do you feel like it's not working? Anything you're struggling with you want to share about?
Well, for one, sending the invites, I'm doing well at. It's crazy. I posted a poll today for my coaching. Everybody was telling me no. I had like 10 girls vote on it who wanted in on the coaching thing.
Huh.
And that was just like a last minute thing I did this morning.
Yeah.
But I kind of struggle with like getting the daily vitals in just because I am working like today I work 6 to 7:30. And I'm thinking like I'm gonna have to sit down for an hour when I get home from work. But I've literally just been doing it like in between patients, and I'm not realizing like I am still doing it even if I'm not sitting down for a whole hour at a time.
Yeah, and I'm really glad you brought that up. There's some trainings in the Beachbody Champions page talking about power pockets, and it's trainings designed for people like you that do work really long hours or several jobs or whatever. It talks about like just squeezing things in like 10 minutes at a time or 15 minutes at a time, whatever your schedule allows for. Because I know the idea, some people might be like, well, I don't have one solid hour within a day, so I can't do this business. Obviously, that's not the case. You said you're doing the invites, if you don't have a patient show up or whatever. So if that's working for you, keep it up. The only thing that I really, suggest if you're not already doing it, I know it can be hard when you're at work, but if you're still able to at least like keep a tally of how many you're doing, like for a couple months there, I wasn't doing that. And I'd be like, well, I'm sending invites, but I really wasn't sending as many as I thought I was when I actually sat down and like, kept track of it. It's just, little benchmark things like that will help you, if you're not hitting Success Club or not, doing whatever, you'll have actual, numbers and evidence to look back at and figure out, okay, well, I just wasn't sending enough, as long as you have kind of a way to track that. But good. Yes, I'm glad that, you're having the success with inviting to coaching and all that. That's really exciting. So good. Sam, what's going on in your life?
I invited successfully a lot of girls to the peak.
Yeah.
So I reached out to a lot, and some people actually came to me and asked what I've been doing. And so I tell them about the challenge group, but I said, well, we're also running, like a coach sneak peek right now. So why don't you just get on there and look at the information before we sign you up with anything. Maybe you'll want to sign up as a coach.
That's awesome. I like that a lot.
Yeah. But as far as inviting people in general, I really look at who reacts to my posts. And then I'll send out like a personal message, like saying, thank you so much for all the love you've been giving me. It means a lot. And then sometimes I'll invite them right there, or I'll just have a conversation with them and leave it at that, and then go back to them. But it's working out pretty well. I'm getting a lot of interest. Nobody's actually signed yet, but I'm going to follow up with like everybody who's in the sneak peek.
Yeah, good. No, and I really like that approach. Like how you said, the people that are reacting to your post. Yeah, those are the people that I go to like first. You know, if I see they're like a new like or a new follow, yeah, I go to them first. Or those are the people that like I follow up with the most often, because you know, even if I've invited them before and they've either not responded or they said no or whatever, like, you're continuing to like my shit, you're here for something. So no, like that's essentially what I do too. So that's good to hear. Good to hear. Are you tracking like how many you're doing? Are you using any, like, did you print off anything to do that, or are you just kind of sending them?
Still trying to get Cody to set up our printer so I can actually
Print
print out
stuff.
the tracking system. But the
Okay.
only thing I've really written down is the sneak peek invites.
Yeah.
But I need to get better at like tracking actual invites daily.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm not an organized person in terms of that, so I'm not the best to give advice on it. But you know, if you want to just start, you know, this goes for anybody, just pen to paper, write down the names of people that you're inviting. You know, if they say, you know, if they respond back like, yes, I'm interested, put a star by their name so you know to check in with them more frequently. If they end up signing up, highlight their name. If you're a computer person and you like spreadsheets, you know, have your names in there. And really just the key things, I think, are, you know, obviously their name and then the date of when you like first invited or whatever. And for me, like, say I send an invite, the very first invite ever, I will follow up with them like a week later to say, hey, not sure you got my last message. Just wanted to check in. I know it's easy to forget to reply to messages on here sometimes. LOL. I actually did that to a girl today. She's like, oh my God, thank you for checking in. I forgot. See? And then like after that, if they still aren't responding or they still just say, no, now's not a good time, whatever, after that initial or that first follow-up, then I follow up like every 30 days. And I still, hey girl, we're starting a new group. Is now a better time? And like literally I had a girl, I don't know, within the past week that I had sent 7 invites in a row, and I could see that she was reading them all and she's still following me and she's still liking my stuff. So I followed up again. She finally responded. I can't remember how the conversation went, but regardless, don't give up on people unless they straight up are like, get out of my inbox. And most people will just block you before they actually send that message. So then you'll never know unless you like go to search them again and you're like, why can't I find them? And then you're like, oh, they probably blocked me. Trust me, I've had it. I mean, it doesn't happen as often as you think it would, but you know. Okay, off on that little tangent.
You gotta go to bed.
Cassie, do you want to talk about anything?
I mean, I just recently got back into everything since all the divorce and craziness. But I'm just kind of at a standstill right now. I'm trying to get my momentum back, but
Yeah,
it's hard.
yeah, absolutely.
Showing up
No,
though.
I'm not. What, Sam?
She's showing up though. You still jumped on the team call and you didn't have to. Like that's
Exactly, and like that's something that I think is really important to recognize. You know, I know a lot of coaches, whether, you've worked it for a long time and then you took some time away, whatever, they can be very hesitant to come back. And I've had girls talk to me about this before. They're like, well, I'm just afraid that, I was gone for too long and people, aren't going to, take me seriously, or they aren't going to trust that I'm going to stick with it or whatever. And to a sense, that is correct. People do build trust and loyalty, and on social media, it's even harder to build that with people, because you might not know that person. So even when shit is getting hard, I do encourage you guys to at least show up in some form or fashion. And, obviously there's certain things that you do need to keep in your private life. Even though as coaches, I do encourage you to be as real and raw as possible, but don't feel like you have to air everything, but, even if it's just a matter of, sharing on your Instagram stories or sharing a post like, y'all, I'm going through some major effing crap right now, but I'm still, trying to work out. I'm still trying to, improve my nutrition a little bit. And so even if you're not 100% there, or, you just feel like you're not quite where you want to be yet, just that initial showing up is really going to just, show people like, hey, she's going through the shit, but she's still here. So I kind of went off on a different route there. But what I was saying, a lot of coaches will be like, well, I'm scared to come back. What are people going to say? What are they going to think? First off, my thoughts on that. You can't live your life based off of other people's opinions. But as long as you are honest with your audience, when you come back, again, talk about, as much as you can, like what was going on and, what you're doing now to come back and to try and get back into the swing of things, because that right there is more than what most people would do. Most people would take that time away and just completely give up. So, Cassie, the fact that you are back, I hope that, you know that I love you. I text you all the time. And I'm glad that you are jumping back in with the program, doing the best that you can do at this point in your life. And I hope that you will, start to share that as much as you can. So good for you. I'm glad.
Thanks.
You're welcome. Hannah,
Hey.
how are things going for you?
Okay. The first few days was really overwhelming. I have like the shortest attention span, so I was like, what page do I visit the most? What website do I visit? But I think I'm getting kind of the hang of it.
Good.
I don't even know how to post like a live video on Instagram until this. So
yeah, there's a lot to learn with Instagram if if you weren't big on it before.
right.
But no, you're doing great. I've seen like your workout videos, and you're like incorporating music in it and making it fun. And you're doing that without saying like, hi, I'm Beachbody. So high five to you on that.
Well, that's what I was wondering. I'm like, when is too much? Was that too much?
No, you've been doing great. I love it. So keep that up.
I post like 2 videos a day of me working out.
What'd you say?
I said I post like 10 videos a day.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. No, but like me, after I did the invite to coaching sneak peek last night on my stories were like super long. So today I like chilled the F out because I was like, I don't like when it gets too long.
Exactly. It's like, oh my gosh.
Right. But no, you're doing
I'm
great.
crazy and I have no life.
Right. No, it's all good. Have you had anybody reach out to you? Have you reached out to anybody yourself?
I've had some people ask questions. They've been people who are already actually signed up underneath somebody else. And somebody today asked me about the program, but she said that she couldn't do it for another couple of months because she had just signed up for a different one. So I'm getting some interest, but no takers. I have not sent me invites though, because I don't know how to word them. And I watched your meeting last week on the recording right before this meeting, and they answered a lot of questions. So
Okay, good. Yeah, and if you, and I think maybe Sam had pointed out to you, but if you go into the files section of our team page, the most recent file that I uploaded is like examples of inviting and following up. So check those out, and just always remember, like, reword it to sound like you. And I tell these guys all the time, but when I'm sending invites, I literally try and imagine like I'm a drunk girl in a bathroom and I'm, oh my God, like hi. I try to
that's
make
exactly how I talk, all exclamation points.
Yes, like I try and make it that laid back, that easygoing. So I hope that's helpful. But yeah, just sending invites is going to be the biggest thing in terms of signing people up.
Right.
You're going to have, so many people watching you. 90% of them are going to be too scared to reach out to you. And so, you're doing them a favor by reaching out to them. Try and look at it that way. And to touch on like the people that you said, like they're already signed up with Beachbody or whatever. One thing I want you to know is like, if they want to switch to make you their coach, like if they're closer friends with you or whatever, you are able to do that. There's an online form that they can fill out. The only thing or the only time that they can't do that is if they are signed up as a coach.
Got it.
If you're a coach, you can't switch who your coach is unless you cancel your coach account. Like say, Sam wanted to cancel and go under somebody else. She would have to cancel as a coach and be a regular customer for a 6-month period before she could like transfer and re-sign up as a coach to keep getting that discount. And when I run into people like that, say I shoot them an invite and like, oh, well, I'm already signed up with so-and-so, but can I still do yours? Like I've had that before. And I usually just leave it as, hey, like I would love to have you, but I don't want to step on any toes. If you do want to switch to make me your coach, that is an option. Let me know what you want to do. That's usually how I go about that. And I've had a lot of people like transfer over to me, so it can be beneficial to you.
Okay.
But yeah, maybe check out those scripts in the team page about how to send some invites. And I've referenced that Beachbody Champions page a lot tonight. If you take some time to scroll through there, there's a lot of videos on inviting as well. So
Yeah, and they have like a units section.
yes, thank you for mentioning that. If you go in the Beachbody Champions, like if you're on your computer, off to the left-hand side, there's a bunch of tabs, and the one it's units. I think it's like unit 3. There's about 10 videos, and it goes over like all the basics of sending invites and sending follow-ups, how to deal with objections, how to talk about, the price if, people are concerned about that. Finding new people on Instagram because you want to be like growing your following. So definitely check out that units section.
Okay.
That is the first place I would direct anybody. Thank you, Sam. Today is Tuesday. Does anybody want to run a free challenge next week? Is anybody up for that? I don't really know what I want to theme it around. I thought about making it like a morning routine.
How about
Yeah.
it's cold outside, let's sweat.
What'd you just say? What'd you say?
I said it's cold outside, let's sweat.
There you go.
I'm just kidding.
And like we've done a challenge group before where we did clean week so that we can like introduce people to a program. But sometimes I find like that's really annoying because people have to sign up and like put their credit card in. A lot of people don't like to do that, blah, blah, blah.
Well, I thought clean week you don't have to though.
Do you not? I can't remember.
Clean week you don't. It's just the
Oh, like the 2-week trial. Yeah, okay, you're right. So maybe we promote it, center it around like creating a morning routine, or because I feel like, right now, January, this is when people are still trying to stick with their New Year's resolutions, or they've already quit on their New Year's resolution because they couldn't get into a routine. So I kind of want to center it around that. We can obviously incorporate the clean week. Yeah. What is everybody's thoughts on that?
I'm game.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm down to do it. I'm not like good at creating workouts for people to do. So
Oh yeah, no, I used to do that. I don't like that. I definitely would rather just say here, clean week.
Okay.
And what's even cooler now is in the on-demand library, if you just have the free account, there are like the sample workouts within Transform 20, Lift 4, Shift Shop. So people can do those too.
would we want to like maybe just go ahead and take all those sample workouts and like find a different one for each day?
Yeah, I think so. Like make a list for people.
That way they can get the variety of
Yeah.
what
Like
all-
make a a 5-day workout calendar and have like the sample ones, and then maybe like 2 from clean week or something. Yeah.
That'd be cool.
I like
So-
that.
Also, when you do free challenges, do you allow people who have done them before to do them again?
Yes and no. I like to say no, but at the same time, I don't really like keep track of who has done it before. I mean, obviously, like mentally, I'll remember certain people and be like, you've done this before. I don't know. I'd never really turn anybody down, I guess.
I'm just thinking, I mean, maybe it'll just get in their minds more that they decide they want to do it.
Well, and like, yeah, one thing that I'll do is because I've had this before, girls that, they've told me they want to do a free group in the past, and then they get in the group and they're never active or whatever. They're like, sorry, I'm going to mute some people because I feel like we're having issues with noise here. But like they do a free group or they join it and then they never do anything.
Yeah.
And then I'll talk about the next one and they'll be like, hey, can I do this? And I'll be like, and I like straight up, I'm like, well, you signed up for the last one. Can you tell me what you think is going to be different this time? And they usually kind of open up like, well, it just wasn't a good time or, whatever. And I'm like, okay, like I understand that. So let me ask you this. Do you think that a real challenge group where you are financially invested and you have a more specific plan and more one-on-one coaching, do you think that would make you show up more? That's just a good way to like throw that truth bomb / invite at them. So keep that in mind. So yeah, I would say we need to come up with a name for it. Something routine. One time I called a free group, get your shit together. Because that's how I talk. You guys know that.
Are we wanting to do it next week?
Oh shit. Yeah, because that doesn't give a lot of people.
Let me look at a calendar.
Well, because today's Tuesday.
I think we kind of need to because next week is the last week we have before most of our new challenges start up.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking because I've been promoting my next actual group to start on the 4th.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would say literally just tomorrow start talking about it. And I'll let people sign up on friggin' Monday because, as soon as you sign up, you have access to the workouts.
Yeah.
So tomorrow I will take some time to put together like a schedule because we'll want to have a daily post. I'll probably just assign everybody here one day and you'll just be responsible for putting up the daily post in the morning. You can always schedule it. So if you're not going to be up early in the morning, it can be scheduled for you.
Do we want to do 5 days, just Monday through Friday?
Yeah. I'd say we'll like technically end it on Saturday to give people like that day to like give their feedback and if they had results and whatever. Cool. So yeah, we'll do that. everybody will be responsible, and I'll come up with those posts tomorrow, and we'll center it around, like, actually on probably by like Saturday, I'll put a welcome post in there. You know, you're going to be working out. Here are some recipes to check out, not a specific meal plan, but do your best. And we're going to be focusing on a morning routine. I don't know. I'll come up with it, send it to you guys, so you can plan ahead for when you have to post. And then, yeah. So just
Cool.
talk about it on your Insta stories. They'll have access to free workouts. Recipes. And then we will provide like tips on how to create a morning routine. Like that'll kind of be the focus, I think.
Okay.
You guys are all cool with that. Awesome.
That means we all have to be showing up in the morning next week.
Yeah, you can do it.
Yeah, I can.
I slept in today, but I'll get up tomorrow.
I did 5:45 this morning and took my shower, and then they're like, "Oh, no school today."
Oh shit.
Thanks.
Me too.
I
Back
had to
to
see
bed.
my
Bye.
So I got up at 5 and drove back to Quincy.
No, no, thank you. All right. Well, we've been on here for almost an hour. I feel bad for you guys. So let me take a pic to prove we were here. So everybody, I won't make you flip me off like we did last week. That was my favorite. Okay, everybody smile. Got you. I'll tag y'all on the Instagram, and I will post this recording in the team page in case you want to check it out later.